You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Hello and welcome to episode 243 of the Soul Forge podcast.
Welcome to the Soul Forge, a place of silent mystery, quiet contemplation, and outright mayhem. Join your host, Sean Vanderloo, as he guides you through the adventures of living. Together, we'll talk about life and love, sex and dating, joy and heartache, memories and loss, and so much more. Don't worry, it's not nearly as pretentious as it sounds. Get ready for life, the universe, and everything on the Soul Forge.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Soul Forge. It's Sean coming at you with another episode of the show. There was no episode last week because life got in the way, but here we are again with another, we'll say, exciting episode for you. And what are we talking about this time? Well, I guess as you can tell from the title, we're talking about new beginnings. And what's that all about? Well, this is the first week of spring, and spring usually ushers in new growth, new plant life, the animals come out of hibernation, and all that good stuff. So I was like, it's been a little bit difficult lately to come up with new and exciting topics for all of you out there in podcast land. So I started looking online for different inspirational things to talk about for new beginnings. And there's a lot of songs called New Beginnings and programs and all kinds of different things. And I came across 25 quotes all about beginning again or starting over or that kind of thing. And I was like, I guess, you know what we'll do is we'll go through those together and we'll talk about it and see what we can come up with for life lessons and all that kind of stuff. It's not going to be too heavy this week. Just feeling like the pills that I was taking or have been taking to get out of the winter blues depression thing that I've been in, they've been working somewhat. My mind seems a lot more clearer than it has been. And well, here we go. Let's just get right into it. We're going to talk about inspirational quotes to deal with new beginnings. And here we go. Now, the first one was said apparently by J.P. Morgan. And these are all going to be attributed to somebody or another. So that's this first one. And it says, the first step towards getting somewhere is to decide you're not going to stay where you are. So basically, I guess that means is make the choice. Make a decision that you want something new for your life. Don't stay where you are. So the first step is just to decide that you're going to do something different. And deciding can be a huge thing. You know, they always talk about the squirrel, the road covered in dead squirrels because they couldn't make a decision on which way to go. So just decide that you're going to do something, and that's your first step. So that was J.P. Morgan. Next one is by somebody named Jonathan Lockwood Huey. Celebrate endings, for they precede new beginnings. And that's true. Life is cyclical. It goes around and around, and you always find yourself near the beginning again, right after an ending. So celebrate the endings because they're part of the journey. That's one chapter closing and another one beginning. I don't know who that Lockwood Huey guy was, but that's a good quote. And Buddha apparently said, no matter how hard the past is, you can always begin again. And that's similar to the last one, but I think most of these will probably be pretty similar because how many quotes can you really have about new beginnings, right? But no matter how hard your past was, you can start over again. So it may have been horrible, it might have been terrible, it might have been the worst thing ever, but you're still alive, so keep going. And number 4 was by Catherine Pulsifer. Pulsifer? I don't know who that is. Every day is a chance to begin again. Don't focus on the failures of yesterday. Start today with positive thoughts and expectations. And a lot of the self-help books and quotes and stuff that I come across always say to start your day with positive thoughts and expectations. Is that part of the whole, what is it, the secret or the power of positive thinking kind of thing? If you set your intention for the day, if you expect to have a good day, then you're going to have a good day. So don't focus on the failures, because if you focus on failure, all you'll have is failure. But if you focus on positivity and what you're expecting out of the day, then all the good things will happen. At least that's the hope. Number 5, Desmond Tutu. Forgiveness says you are given another chance to make a new beginning. Yeah, there you go. Forgiveness. Forgiveness is divine. Forgiveness is important because if you're holding a grudge, then you've got this mark on your soul, or you're being held back, or something like that. So forgive yourself, forgive others, and just move forward. Number 6 was by Ralph Blum. Nothing is predestined. The obstacles of your past can become the gateways that lead to new beginnings. And I guess that's true. Nothing is predestined. We don't know what's going to happen. There's no way to know. So just do your thing. Life is short. We only get one ride, as far as we know. Maybe there's reincarnation, maybe there's not. That's not what this is about. But nothing is predestined. So your success is not predestined. Your failure is not predestined. Life is just what happens. Sometimes you can control it. You can't control everything. But the obstacles of your past can become the gateways that lead to new beginnings. So learn from the past and move forward. All right. And number 7 was by C.S. Lewis. Getting over a painful experience is much like crossing monkey bars. You have to let go at some point in order to move forward. So basically what that says is, yeah, we all have painful pasts. We all have things that make us afraid, that hold us back, like I said. So let go and just jump forward. That's what you have to do. Because if you're stuck in the same spot, there's no progress. And that's not good for you, and that's not good for society, and that's not good for your spiritual progress. All right, number 8 was by somebody named Anne Sullivan. Keep on beginning and failing. Each time you fail, start all over again, and you will grow stronger until you have accomplished a purpose. Not the one you began with, perhaps, but one you'll be glad to remember. So, like I said, everybody fails. Nobody's perfect. So if you fail, start again. Fall off your bike, get on. Go again. Keep pedaling, keep pedaling. So by the time you're done and you're stronger, something will have happened. It might not be what you expected, but it might be the greatest experience ever. Don't give up. Never give up. Never surrender. Thanks, Anne Sullivan. Number 9 was by Steve Jobs, founder of Apple. The heaviness of being successful was replaced by the lightness of being a beginner again, less sure about everything. It freed me to enter one of the most creative periods of my life. Okay, let's unpack that. The heaviness of being successful was replaced by the lightness of being a beginner again, less sure about everything. So yeah, he started Apple. He was super successful. I can't remember the details. I think he was fired. He started over a new company. It wasn't as successful, I don't believe. And then he went back to Apple. He didn't know what was happening. He was free to be creative. That's a beginning. You're starting over again, somewhere new, with new experiences, new people, new different everything. So yeah, Steve Jobs, smart guy. Number 10, Louis L'Amour. I think he was an author. There will come a time when you believe everything is finished. That will be the beginning. Yeah, I've heard that quote before. So just when you think everything's over and done with, that's when you get to start again fresh and new. And that can be important. That can give you a new lease on life, I think. You think it's all over, but that's when you start again. All right, number 11 was by Mimi Novich, I don't know who that is. Sometimes we can only find our true direction when we let the wind of change carry us. And of course, there's the dogs barking because I'm trying to do a podcast, and so they're freaking out because, that's just what happens. Wouldn't be a podcast without a barking dog, right? So Mimi said, sometimes we can only find our true direction when we let the winds of change carry us. So go with the flow, basically, is what that's saying. I think there's a Collective Soul song somewhere around that, To Where the River Flows. Yeah. So we'll know where we're going when we get there. And sometimes we just have to let fate take us there, I guess, is what that basically means. Lana K. Arnold said, perhaps that is where our choice lies, in determining how we will meet the inevitable end of things and how we will greet each new beginning. So that's where the choice is, where we're going to end up and how we're going to greet the new start. That's probably way deeper than I'm prepared to unpack at this point, but that's where the choice lies, in determining how we will meet the inevitable end of things and how we'll greet each new beginning. That's where you get to choose. Yeah, and that's good, because you get to choose what the new beginning is. You can start over, start fresh, take a new direction. Yeah, I like that. That works. Let's go with number 13 by George Eliot. One can begin so many things with a new person, even begin to be a better man. Okay, so one can begin so many things with a new person, even begin to be a better man. So does that mean you're becoming a new person yourself? Could be. Just decide that you don't want to be that person anymore and make a new choice for yourself. Yeah, I think that works. At least that's where I'm going to leave that one. And speaking of leaving things, I'm going to leave this list for just a moment, and we're going to play a promo for another podcast here on the ESO Network. This is episode 243, but you're going to listen to a promo for the 42 cast.
At the 42 cast, we want to bring you everything, and that's why we've jam-packed the next few months with as much as we can. You not only get the same reviews, topics, and interviews that you did before, you also get screen reads, where we compare a movie to its source material, or role models, where we talk about tabletop gaming. It's never been a more exciting time to check out our show. It's your ultimate answer to fandom, geekiness, and everything, so why not check it out? We can be found on most podcasting platforms, and we are a proud member of the ESO Network.
All right, and how was that for a promo? Bet you're going to go check that out right after listening to this one. Back to the list. Number 14, Alan Cohen. Do not wait until the conditions are perfect to begin. Beginning makes the conditions perfect. Yeah, and that's true. That's very true. Because if you wait until everything's set, you'll never start. Because, my pen is not full of ink. My pencil's not sharp enough. I don't have this piece of equipment, so I can't really start yet. Because there's a million excuses to not begin something. Just jump in. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to have all the supplies. Just put your blinders on and go. And I've done that a lot. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. But at least you've begun something. Begun something? Yeah, I think whatever. You know what I mean. Let's go to number 15 by Prince. Every day I feel is a blessing from God, and I consider it a new beginning. Yeah, everything is beautiful. Well, that's a nice, quick, easy sentiment. Every day is a blessing. It's a new beginning. Yep. And so everything is beautiful. You get to choose your attitude, is basically what he's saying. When you wake up, you have a great new day ahead of you, and there you go. Not much more I can say about that. Number 16 was by Oprah Winfrey. Challenges are gifts that force us to search for a new center of gravity. Don't fight them. Just find a new way to stand. So yeah, use your challenges to propel you forward. Once you overcome a challenge, then you've beat that obstacle, you've got more wisdom, you got more knowledge, you have a new way of looking at life, and all that kind of stuff. So a new center of gravity. Oh, and look, here's Nimoy. He wants me to pick him up. Come on. At least he's not barking. Okay. Good job, Oprah. Number 17 was by a guy named Guy Finley, or Guy Finley. Nothing in the universe can stop you from letting go and starting over. Is that true? Maybe it is. Nothing in the universe can stop you from letting go and starting over. Just your fear. Only you can stop yourself from starting over. And if Guy Finley thinks that, then it must be true, because I'm sure he was a famous philosopher, or I don't know. I could have looked up who these people are, but I don't know. Doesn't matter. But remember, nothing in the universe can stop you from letting go and starting over. So go ahead. Do that thing. Create that project. Start that business. Move to that city. Start a new job. Whatever you want. Try that. Number 18 was by Mel Gibson. It's a wise man who understands that every day is a new beginning, because boy, how many mistakes do you make in a day? I don't know about you, but I make plenty. You can't turn the clock back, so you have to look ahead. So yeah, that's basically what we've been saying all along. Every day is a new beginning, and Yeah, you can make a lot of mistakes in a day, but the next day, you start over again. You learn from what you did, and hopefully begin anew, and with more wisdom, more knowledge, and a better attitude, and less mistakes the next day. Or fresh mistakes the next day, but not the same ones you made before. Good job, Mel Gibson. Number 19 was by Mary Pickford. I think she was an old actress. You may have a fresh start any moment you choose, for this thing that we call failure is not the falling down, but the staying down. Ah, yes, that's true. It's only a failure if you don't get back up again. That's true. So, fall down, fail, get yourself back up, pick yourself up, stand up, and don't stay down. So as long as you don't stay down, you're not failing, you're learning, you're gaining experience, you're gaining wisdom, and you're starting over again. And that's what it's all about. Number 20 was by T.S. Eliot. He was a poet. And this is quick and easy. Every moment is a fresh beginning. Yeah, it kind of is. Second by second, you're making choices. Do I walk the left path? Do I walk the right path? Do I do this? Do I do that? Whatever your choices are, every moment is a new choice and a fresh beginning. Simple. 21. From The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. It's never too late to become who you want to be. I hope you live a life that you're proud of, and if you find that you're not, I hope you have the strength to start over. So I guess that's just a quote from the book or the movie or whatever, but it's never too late to become who you want to be. If you're not proud of who you are, well, just start over again. Yeah, you can do that. It's not always easy, but if you're not happy where you are, move. You're not a tree. Number 21 was by Henry Ford. Failure is the opportunity to begin again more intelligently. And that's exactly what we've been talking about. You failed, and then hopefully you've learned something. So you're smarter, you're more intelligent. So don't stay down. Just like Mary Pickford said, don't stay down. Failure is the opportunity to begin again more intelligently. And if Henry Ford said it, it's got to be true because he invented the assembly line. So there you go. Number 23 was by Martin Luther King Jr. Take the first step in faith. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. And that's true. We can't know what's going to happen. There's no way to predict the future with any kind of accuracy. You don't know what's going to happen. So sometimes you just have to take a giant step forward, a leap in the dark. Hopefully it all works out. And if it doesn't, well, just try again. So have faith that you're doing the right thing. 24 was by Plato. The beginning is the most important part of the work. Yeah, I guess that's true because that's where you lay the foundation. You have the cornerstone of the building. That's where you start, and you go from there. And as long as you've made a good beginning, well, then you should be good from here on out. And if not, well, you just start over again, just like everybody else said. And the 25th quote was by Meister Eckhart, and he said, "Be willing to be a beginner every single morning." And that's pretty much what we have been saying all along. Every day is a fresh start, a new beginning. You get to choose your attitude. You get to choose what you're going to do with your life. If you don't like how you lived your life the day before, well, choose a different attitude, a different way of seeing the world, a different way of doing things. Maybe start meditating, maybe pick up jogging or running or racquetball, a new hobby, quit your job, drive until your gas is empty and then go live in the forest. You could do whatever you want. There's nothing holding you back except for your fear. And that's basically what all of these quotes have been saying. Life is a journey. Maybe it's a destination, but really it's a journey. It's living the life you want, becoming who you want to be, who you hope to be. And only you can determine that. So hopefully these quotes have inspired you for a new beginning. And if you don't want to begin again, well, that's your choice too. This is just, it's the first week of spring, gang. So I thought we could talk about starting over or beginning again, starting fresh, that kind of stuff. Hopefully this is inspiring. And if it's not, that's okay too. But anyway, hope you're all doing well. Hope everything's fine out there in podcast land. There may or may not be an episode next week. Still lots going on in life. I'll be doing a big episode about that in the near future. But anyway, take care of yourselves and each other. Don't forget to join the Facebook page. Leave a 5-star review in the podcatcher of your choice. And until next time, remember, are you willing to do whatever it takes to make your dream a reality? Thank you for listening to another episode of the Soul Forge podcast. Your support is greatly appreciated, and we hope you'll tune in again next time. Remember that you can visit soulforgepodcast.com for all of our social media links, and don't forget to share the show with everyone you know. The Soul Forge podcast is your best source for living your best life.
Think about it.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping at the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.